Focus Plumbing, always at your fingertips.
Pow! Danny Vegas time, Danny Vegas world. It is segment. Everybody has to do this.
Come on, ladies.
That's right. This is Business Titan section, the segment where we bring in really space shuttle smart people. Yes. Smarter than me. Right here.
Yes,
That's
here.
right. That's right. Wonder Woman costumes are everywhere today.
We're rocking it.
Now here's the cool thing, Andine Rose.
What's the cool thing?
Hashtag Lady in Red. Hashtag One Lucky Gal. This is the third time that we have had this organization come on the Danny Vegas live show.
Yes.
So what does that say? So let's go ahead and get some introductions, and then we'll get right into the meat and potatoes of this whole gig. Go.
Sounds good. So we have Terry Janison.
That's right.
She is the new CEO of Grant a Gift for Autism.
All right.
She's
Thank you.
a weatherman's wife.
Is that
You
supposed to be a
notice the
hint?
name Janison.
Claim
Hint,
to
hint.
fame.
There it goes. And then next to me on my right, we have the lovely Wendy Shelton. She is the development side of the business. Her
Okay.
director. She's handling the growth, the new endeavors, the new ways to raise money for this fantastic organization.
All right. Creating a
You
demand.
guys come over anytime
Hey.
to go out and sell for us. I like it.
I
Oh, well,
love
that's
it.
the whole thing. That's
Like I said,
right.
I've been part of this organization. I don't even know how many years at this time. Melanie
great.
Bash, Linda Taché, you know, so for me it's near and dear to my heart because of my friendship and my love, and then knowing the struggles and what they've accomplished. So having new blood in, change is always a great thing because with change comes amazing things. So welcome and congratulations.
We're really very excited about this. Linda and Melanie have done a terrific job, but I've been there for 6 months now. Wendy's been there for almost a week.
6 days.
Oh my God!
There you go. So brand new.
Fantastic.
Oh, okay.
Threw right into the fire with you guys.
Yeah, by the way,
Hey,
you're going on a show today.
That's
right?
Way to break
Where's
me in.
Melina?
There you go. Well, Grant a Gift for Autism Foundation, and we know the story about Grant and how this all came about. It's a beautiful story, but and we can go on for an hour on how great it is. But we have some things to talk about, ladies. It says here you have an exciting partnership.
We do.
Let's get into that.
So we are very excited to announce that we have launched a crowdfunding event with Boys to Men.
Right.
Sean Stockman and his wife Sharonda. So we've launched it. It started about a week ago, and we're doing crowdfunding. And so Sharonda and Sean have a son named Micah, and they have got the foundation Micah's Voice. So we are raising money to help children and families with autism in
That's
Las
right.
Vegas and in Los Angeles. And people always ask us, well, what's the connection there? So because Boys to Men has a residence at the Mirage here in Las Vegas, they decided they wanted to give back to our community as well, even though
Okay.
they live in Los Angeles. So it's grantavoice.org. If you want to donate, you can go to grantavoice.org, and the money will be split between Grant a Gift and Micah's Voice Foundation.
that's fantastic.
Very,
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
very
Clever.
cool. That's
Yeah.
very clever.
excited.
And you're super excited about that. Now, how do our viewers and how do the viewers on all your campaigns that I guess you are creating, how do they get involved? How do they do that?
So the best way to go is to go to grantavoice.org.
Okay.
And you can access everything there to make the donations, but also find out more about Micah's Voice and Grant a Gift. So grantavoice.org
Okay.
give you all the information that you need.
Okay. Now, what is the biggest needs of Grant a Gift? What do we need?
Everything is for scholarships for the children that are being seen. We have a partnership with UNLV School of Medicine,
Okay.
and we opened up the center about a year and a half ago. I think
right.
the last time they were on with you
Yes,
guys, it
yeah.
was just getting ready
It
to
was
open.
just getting ready. The ribbon cutting was like the
you
next week or
go.
the week after. So we were very excited for that.
Yeah, so so there's good and bad news to that. So it launched, it was open, children are being diagnosed and receiving services that they need. But the problem is we already have 3,000 children on a waiting list
Wow.
to receive the services. So insurance does not cover everything for autism therapies. So the money that we raise through the Grant a Gift to Autism Foundation is to actually pay for the scholarships for those children who maybe their insurance doesn't cover it all, or
Right.
maybe they have no insurance
awesome.
at all.
Well, that
That's
is
awesome.
that is a great program that you guys got going on. I think it's great. A little partnership, more notoriety outside of Las Vegas is always great, right? Okay, well, cool. But you mentioned something that kind of gets me into a question we asked last year and the year before that. You said you have a waiting list of 3,000. I gotta ask this question. When I was a kid, never heard of autism before. Never heard of it. It was just, if you were kind of slow, you were in the slow class. That's where they sent you. You went to the slow class to, that's where you were. I never heard of this before. And now all of a sudden there's just thousands and thousands and thousands of kids being diagnosed, and it seems like they're always boys. I never really see a lot of girls. I don't know if that's a trend. The question is, and I'm going to bring it up, it's the big elephant in the room, are these vaccinations that we've been giving kids for generations, is that an issue?
So you actually talked about two different things.
Okay.
And so you said one thing about somebody being slow. So slow doesn't always mean autism. And so what I think that they're finding, and a lot of it, and that's why I love the partnership with UNLV School of Medicine,
Right.
is the research component about it, right? So let's figure out what
So
this
important.
is. It's 1 in 68 children underneath the age of 8 are being diagnosed now. And it goes from that whole spectrum of nonverbal, can't speak, and all that, all the way up to just absolutely brilliant children who have got like Asperger's, and so they can just technology and all this, so just really, really brilliant. So it really, the diagnosis is just runs across that brain. So it's not just about being slow. Some of
Right.
these children are absolutely brilliant. Some of them just can't speak.
The thing, and what I'm trying to get at was autism always there before? We just thought of it differently. We just like, oh, that's a slow kid, or he's mentally retarded, or something. And like I said, he either went to the slow class, or he was so bad he just went away. So the question is, was it there before? We just didn't recognize it, or is it something that's come on in the last 30 or 40 years?
No, I believe it's always been there, but that's what I love about the research component of it, so that we can find out more. Is it genetic? Some people believe it is vaccinations. There has been research on that. It's not been conclusive
Right.
that it is vaccinations. But I'm not going to tell somebody it is or it isn't, because
Right.
everybody's got their own beliefs.
Right.
But that's why we keep going back to that research, and let's find out what it really is. And so I think that's all just part of the whole conversation. But I think that the just the knowledge base has increased, and
Yes,
so
it certainly has. With
I just don't think
awareness.
people were diagnosed right.
And to answer your question
Yes,
too
ma'am.
about the boys, you're correct in that it's probably about 80%. I believe 4 in 5 boys under the age of 8 are affected with
didn't know
autism.
that.
Why is that? I mean, what's the reasoning? I mean, we're not doctors or anything, but gee whiz, there has to be a reason why it usually affects boys. There has to be.
Well, Danny, so I have to tell you, really and truly, that's part of why I'm so excited about this
Okay.
opportunity to work with the UNLV School
Okay.
of Medicine as well.
Right.
Because that will be part of the discussion on that research, and to be able to find out. And it's going to happen right here in our local community.
That's so
That's
fantastic.
right.
People who are our neighbors are going to be doing that research, and we're going to make this a national model.
That's awesome.
It-
So, Wendy, what in your area now? You're development director.
Yes.
So,
yes.
what do you have going on? What's
Well,
coming up?
in my 6th day here, I'll just share with you my background. I came from the media side. I worked
Okay.
on 2 of the networks here in Las Vegas for almost 30 years. I was
Wow.
at the NBC affiliate
Okay.
for 26 years.
Wow,
and
that's a
at
long time.
CBS for 3 years, but in the sales side of things.
Mm-hmm.
And my job particularly, first I was a salesperson or account executive, and then
Mm-hmm.
moved into management. And my job was to help my sales team garner new businesses who wanted to promote their business,
Right.
whether they had a car dealership or a boutique, and to get them on the air to promote their business.
I need to take you to lunch.
Exactly. But my passion in that always involved some sort of nonprofit organization.
Right.
So I was considered a non-traditional salesperson. So I would get those types of advertisers to support causes, to support nonprofits, and to deliver awareness campaigns about those organizations, one of which was an autism Foundation years ago. So they would get on the air, and as opposed to saying, come in and buy this new model of car,
Right.
they would come in and educate viewers about autism, and particularly about understanding autism and understanding parents who have children with autism, and to not look at them with scorn or judgment, but to try to understand where we're coming from. Because I, like you, when I first started, at the time I didn't know that, later on I found out that this particular young lady had autism, but at the time I didn't know it, and as a 15-year-old, which was my first experience, I was saying, why can't that person control their child? But in years of, knowing more individuals who are impacted with it, I just developed this overwhelming passion to get involved, and now full circle I'm able
Right.
to work in an organization that helps
Talk about
promote
the
that.
Subway Cares.
Yeah, the
And,
Subway Cares,
yes. Subway. Oh,
Well, we're out of time, but I'm gonna give you a couple minutes.
Okay.
We'll deal with that later, but a couple minutes for this last topic, because I want to make sure people want to find you, because there's
Yes.
parents out there that probably don't even know you exist that need you, and so talk about this last topic, and let's go to the point where how can they find you?
Sure.
Thank you.
Subway Cares, we're so excited. This is our second year of getting involved, of being partnered with Subway, who has been
Okay.
a generous and
Great
very
company.
vocal voice for the organization, particularly Donna Curry, who,
Yes.
as you know, is our board chair and franchiser here in the community. She has been a strong voice for the organization. They've made it very easy for the community and the general public to donate just by going in any of the Subway stores here in Southern Nevada.
Great.
You make your purchase, they ask you, would you like to donate for Grant a Gift? And it's very easy and convenient there. Last year we were able to raise $25,000.
Yeah,
Excellent.
and we
good
believe
job.
with this type of exposure, this
Excellent.
year we're encouraged that will be even more this year.
So
Okay.
A sandwich and $1.
Hey, it's what's Subway? I say it's only $5. Throw in an
Yeah.
extra buck. It's
Exactly.
$6. Where do we find you? How do we get a hold of you?
If you would just go to grantagiftfoundation.org, you can find all the information about the crowdfunding with the Boys to Men Sean Stockman, and all the information about the programs that we have for families and children living with autism every day.
That's
so
right. Now,
important.
if you can't find them, call me. I got them on speed
Look it
dial.
up.
There you go.
Okay, $1 million in the bank. We'll see you next week. I love ya.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, ladies.